Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Melanie and we are going to do a side lying series today. Let's get started. Side lying is awesome because it works so many parts of your body all at once, but it also challenges one side versus the other so that you can feel maybe a weaker side getting stronger or doing what it needs to do, and then the stronger side gets its own attention also. So the first thing we're going to do is come onto our elbow. Our arm is long down by our side. Our knees are bent and our feet are flexed. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my ribs are lifted, and then from here I'm going to shrink down into my shoulder. I'm going to take a deep breath here and exhale, press down into the elbow so my shoulder comes back into its place and it lifts my spine up into a nice long line. We're going to take an inhale, going down, shrinking into the shoulder. And then exhale, pressing away and feeling that shoulder really connect into its socket and into your back. Two more. Inhale, coming down. This hand can just be on the hip if you want. And exhale, feeling the abdominals engaged to lift out of that shoulder joint. And then one more time, bending and allowing it to slide out of place. And then pressing and putting it back into place. Great. From here, we're going to go ahead and take a little lift of the pelvis. So my legs are squeezing. I'm going to bring my elbow a little bit underneath me, and you can make that adjustment if you need to. A nice deep breath in, and let's exhale. Hold the core and bring it up. And we're holding for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. And come on down. So we're getting a little heat going here. All right, deep breath in again, lifting out of that shoulder, feeling that side body really lift, and we're up for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and come on down. All right, last one on this side. Go ahead and exhale, shoulder in, abs in, and we rise for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and come on down. Great. All right, from here we're going to open that elbow a little bit again, still up on the elbow. We're going to go ahead and extend this leg along. So I'm going to bring the knee in. I'm going to bend it in and I'm going to stretch it. And I'm going to bend in and stretch and in and stretch. So I'm trying to keep my pelvis really stationary. I'm not rocking it. It's just in its good position. My shoulders in its place. And this hand can also go behind the head for a little head support. If you feel like your neck is starting to tweak out a little bit, use your hand for a little hammock for your head. And if not, if you're all good to go with your head on your spine, you can just keep your hand by your side. We'll do 2 more. Bend and stretch. And bend and stretch. Good. 1 more. Bend and stretch. Great. Let's bend last time just to float that leg and put it back on top of the other one. All right, now we're going to come on down. So I'm going to lay on my side and I'm going to have my arm as a pillow. So I keep my head fairly lifted and that shoulder is pretty into its place also. This is what I call my kickstand hand. So this hand is going to be in front and I'm going to use it to help me from rocking back and forth along with my core, of course. So you're going to take a breath. We're going to lift that top leg up. We're going to extend it down. We're going to give a little kick forward, pause, point through the foot, reach it back and pause. Flex the foot, bring it forward, point the foot and bring it back. Flex the foot and bring it forward, point the foot and bring it back. Flex and front and point and back and flex and front and point and back. So you want to make sure that you have that action of pointing and flexing separate from moving the leg forward and back. You're doing some footwork and you're engaging the leg in a separate way than you are just swinging it forward and back. Last time, forward, point, and back. Now we're going to hold the back and flex the foot. We're going to go ahead and do small circles back here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the circles. 1. You should feel your legs and your glute working. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Pause. Let's point the foot and bring it forward. Now I'm just going to float it over the bottom leg. I'm going to tap the floor and I'm going to rise. 1. Tapping and 2. And you don't have to tap the floor. If you can, you can. If you can't, just leave it a little higher and bring it up. What you don't want to do is bring this hip forward when you tap. So we don't want to tap with the hip rocking forward. The hip stays and it's just the leg, which is really intense. On the leg, let's do 2 more. 2. And last one, and we're gonna hold this and pulse it up for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bend that knee and lower the leg on top of one another. Fantastic. All right, stretch those legs long. We're gonna be very long on our mat all together. I'm gonna let my hips rock back just slightly so my top hip gets to open a little bit, and I'm gonna squeeze these legs together. Both of our legs are gonna lift. We're gonna exhale, rise, hold, hold, and down. Hold, hold. Exhale, tummy lifts, hold, and lower, and hold. 3 more, rise, hold, hold, and lower, hold, hold. 2, rise, hold, hold, and lower. I'm really pointing through my feet and squeezing my legs together. Hold, and lower, hold, hold. Great. All right, let's bend our knees. We're gonna walk ourselves up with our hands. Okay, now instead of turning on the other side right away, we're gonna do a little bit of upper body before we change. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have my elbow and my shoulder and my wrist kind of in this diagonal line. My other hand is on my hip and my knees are bent. I'm gonna just bend this elbow a little and I'm gonna press. So I'm gonna do a little bit of one-handed push-ups, one-arm push-ups, right? But I'm just doing minis, okay? Go to the point where I can really support myself without disorganizing any of my alignment or losing my core and my breath. And then my shoulder stays open, so it doesn't collapse when I go down. It just stays nice and open, and you don't need to go very far to feel this, for sure. So we have 4 more. And 4, and 3, and press, and 2, and press. 1 more. 1, and press. Okay, now we get fancy. So we're gonna take this hand and we're gonna bring it forward, and then we're gonna go ahead and take the bottom hand and slide it around our belly. Now we do the same, but with this arm. So we bend and we press. 1. Now this one is incredibly challenging, okay? It's this kind of weird angle that we take in order to get a little more weight into this front hand. So my body is trying to face forward as much as it can. 3 more. 3, and just minis if you need to. And 2. Good, last one. And 1. Whoo! Okay, let's go ahead and take both hands down now. We're going to face the mat, but my hips are still pretty much facing you guys. And we're gonna take a bend and a push. So we get both arms now, yay. Feels so good. And 3. And notice I'm trying to keep my spine really long the whole time. I'm not letting my head lead. I'm not letting anything lead other than just my whole spine going down and up. We have 3 more. 3. And 2. And 1. Great. All right, let's bring this hand around. You can scoot this hand a little forward and take a nice stretch. Reach this arm, a little side stretch here. And bring it up. Again, exhale. And up. Oh, yeah, feels so good. And 1 more. Reach. And up. And awesome. Let's take the other side. So we're going to swing our legs around. Okay, so we're back on this side now, and we're gonna go ahead and take our shoulder slouch. So I'm gonna come down onto my elbow. I'm gonna make sure my elbow is approximately underneath my shoulder. It's not exact what feels good for you. And then we're just gonna shrug the shoulder. And press it. Good. Okay, and we're gonna shrug and press. And shrug and press. And one more, shrug and press. All right, side bridges. We're gonna lift the whole body, holding that core. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, abdominals in, and we rise for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Good, and lower down. Remember, you can use your hand behind your head if you need head support. Go ahead and take a breath in. Exhale, rise and hold strong for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and come on down. We have 2 more times. Nice deep breath in, exhale. Hand can go on the hip here as well, lifting ribs up for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and come on down. And we have 1 more time to go. Nice deep breath in, exhale, and press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, let's come on down. All right, so we have our arm is being used as a pillow. That shoulder, that bottom shoulder is pretty into its place. And then everything is stacked up. Hips are stacked, knees are stacked. And we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a nice smooth reach. So we reach this leg and we bend. We're just taking a nice reach and bend, and reach and bend. And again, I'm just doing the flexion at the hip here. I'm not moving my pelvis. I'm not tucking it or extending it. I'm just really trying to keep the pelvis where it is. So it's nice and smooth, functioning hip glide here. Yeah, of the joint bending, yeah, and extending. All right, we have 2 more, 2, and press, and 1, and press. All right, let's hold this here. From here, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to take the front leg forward, point through that foot, and take the leg back. Flex that foot forward, and point, and back, and flex, and forward, and point, and back, and flex, and forward, and point, and back, and flex, and forward, and point, and back, and flex. 2 more. Keep breathing, and point, and back, and we're gonna hold. We're gonna go ahead and flex this foot, and we're gonna take those small circles. 1, and 2. Now I'm trying to keep the hips stacked here and my core engaged. 3, and 4, good, and 5. I think that was 1 extra. And then reverse it. 1, and 2, and 3. That's okay, we got a little extra work. 4, and 5. Good, pause there. Let's float that leg forward again, keeping the hip pushed back. So kind of sticking the tail out, point that toe, and let's tap the floor. 1, and rise, nice and smooth and slow so that we can really feel this work. I sure feel it. Good, and tap, and lift, and tap, and lift. Oh my gosh, 2 more, tap, and lift. Last one, tap, and lift. Okay, let's flex the foot. Ooh, bend the knee, and bring that knee on top of the other one. Oh yes, you should definitely feel that working, and you might feel like I do. One side is harder for me to do than the other, so you can see which side takes a little more of your stability work and which side is more flexible, and so that might feel a little weaker when you do these side lying actions. Okay, now we're going to stretch both legs out onto our mat. We're gonna make our body nice and long here. We're gonna point through the feet. I'm gonna roll back onto my hip just slightly. And here we go, both legs are gonna lift. 1, and 2, and lower, and 2. Exhale, lift, and 2, and lower, and 2. Exhale, left, and 2, and lower, and 2. Exhale, lift, hold the tummy, 2, and lower, good, and 2. Last one, lift, and 2, and lower, and 2. Great. Let's bend those knees. We're going to use our arms, walk ourselves up, and we're going to get into that upper body. All right, so the knees are still bent. I have my hand here, and you can move your palm too if it feels better in a different position, but my shoulder is definitely in its place, and my collarbones are open. Hand is on the hip, and we're going to go ahead and take our mini push-up. 1, and press, and 2, and press, and 3, and press. Just little babies. A little is plenty. And 5, and 6, and 7, last one, 8, and up. All right, now we do the funky version. We bring this arm over, we take this bottom arm under across our body, and we do bends here. 1, 2, think of you facing me. Chest is facing me, shoulders are facing me. 3, and 4, and little babies. The body goes down in one piece. Good. Oh my gosh. 6, and 7, one more, and 8, and press. Okay, both arms on the mat. Thank goodness. So we have a little rotation in the spine. My pelvis is trying to face you as much as it can, and my chest is facing the floor. All right, take a nice inhale to go down. Exhale, and 2, and 3. Spine is long in one piece. And 5, we're almost there. Good, and 6, and 7, and 8. Awesome. Okay, bring yourself back around to side. We're just going to do that little stretch. So bring this back arm slightly forward, take a big reach, and a good side stretch. And rise. Good. And rise. Nice. Last one. Reach. Oh, it feels so good. And rise. All right, you guys, I hope your sides are waking up and ready to go for the day.